Welcome to the DIYS podcast. You're welcome.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you are, all over the world. We are greeting you all, our listenership, our viewership. We want to say thank you once again for taking this time to listen to us or view the video. This is the DIYS podcast, the Do It Yourself self podcast, and my name remains the same.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
One and only.
We have problem today. I'm waiting for you.
One and only Sir Patrick Omotayo.
You put that watching. You know that we have problem. Me as the part, I will not say anything. I'll just give you one more shot.
Okay.
If you do it again,
Well,
I'll go and hire the town crier by myself.
well, I will not hype myself again. Okay, I will allow you to help me.
We need somebody that will just be shouting,
Hey.
chair! They'll just be shouting there at your back so that we know it's only one and only.
Thank you. And I'm the DIYS podcast host, and then my co-host is here. You
Yep.
have been hearing his voice. If you are not watching the video yet, you're on the you're on the audio.
If you are not watching the video, I don't know what you are doing. Because you would have, like, from the voices, you'll be curious to go and check the video.
So I will let him talk about himself. I don't want to introduce someone that is a bit fierce.
You will stop. See, let's have agreement now that you stop
Okay.
introducing me. Let me just jump inside by myself.
Okay, jump. I know you can swim. Jump.
Instead I should jump. Okay, this is the DIYS podcast,
Yeah.
which is the Do It Yourself podcast, and I go by the name Kelvin Omani. I'm your co-host, and I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody that has been listening to us, everybody that stuck with us through the 10 episodes. Today is episode 11, and I'm really happy. We've already crossed. You see, now you're doing your works apart. We've crossed that 10 threshold, and we're on the other part of 10,
Yeah.
which is amazing. The way I'm visionally, which English did I want to use? The way I'm looking at it in my head.
Vision, la la la.
No, you cannot support. I can see. I tried it. It did not work.
Visualize
Support again.
You the visualize now.
So the way I was seeing it in my head is like we just crossed something amazing and we went to another thing that is amazing, and it's just great.
Yeah.
And I got a few calls last week, and they were saying, Kevin, what happened? You guys did not upload any episode. What's going on? I hope everything is fine. Everything is fine. Myself and Sir Patrick just had to take a technical break. We had to make sure that we brought episode 11 in a grand style.
Like check 1 2 1 2 test it.
We had to bring it. We had to bring it in a grand style. And like Sir Patrick said, if you are listening to us and you are not watching us, then I don't know what you are doing. So just go to YouTube, www.youtube.com, and search for Sir Patrick Omotayo. Amazing content.
Yeah.
Like I always say, if those contents are not amazing, Sapa, leave me.
Okay.
If those contents are not amazing, come and meet me in my Instagram.
No, you shoot.
Sapat.
Go to his Instagram
Sapat.
and then shoot him.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how sure Sapat is of the content that we have on our
I'm very
page.
sure about that.
And I'm really happy. We have a packed show for you guys. We have an amazing guest today.
Yeah.
And it's going to be an amazing show. And I just want to thank you guys for everything. Once again, I go by the name Kelvin Omani. And Sapa, let's go.
Yeah, that is Kevin that just said everything you want to say. He has threw it out there. Thank you, Kevin. So this is our 11th episode. Wow. And that's why I brought someone. We decided to bring a super guest.
Yep.
Super guest.
Super, super.
And we believe it's going to be amazing time with our special guest today.
Yep.
The topic is something we know, but we don't really care about. Most people, but you know,
Subconsciously.
yes,
It's there. It's there.
So the topic for today is, what do you have to offer? You know, sometimes, Kevin, I used to ask myself, do I need to have something to offer? Why should I offer something?
The society, our society has set us up in a way that for you to be with the winning party, you have to offer something. Yeah, that's how the society has set it up.
It's good, right? It's the best way to go.
It's a good type of pressure. It's a good type of pressure.
The oldest Bible, or the oldest book, the oldest book, which is Bible.
Yeah.
I heard someone said, to giver, they will give you seed. Seed will be given to the giver, but to the receiver they will give bread.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So when you are getting seed, and someone that is getting bread, finished good. So anybody that's listening,
Different approach.
will know there's difference. So when you have something to offer, you are getting seed. So that's why we want to know today that what do you have to offer?
Yep.
So we have in the house a man of principle, a special man who is seizing every opportunity to study and learn more in life. And we just don't bring anyhow person. That's
facts, by the
yes,
way.
fact.
That's facts.
The statistic speaks.
Yes.
And then that is why he's here. And he's currently running his PhD in business administration at UKL, University Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Yep.
Aside that, he's an entrepreneur. He's a businessman. As he's the Chairman of Dorel Group and CEO of King's Water Limited. So, please join me.
Where's your hand?
You will clap.
No, this is me that will tell you that you will clap apart. I'm the umpire.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
I know you use the clap. So,
no.
join me as I welcome Mr. AWELE Mike Ezeamaka. Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for being here, sir.
Thank you very much, Sir Pat and Mr. Kelvin.
Yeah.
It's my pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
I've been following up your programs.
Thank you very much.
Down to today's edition, and this is the 11th episode.
Yep.
Yeah, which is you guys have been doing a great work.
Thank
you. Wonderful.
Thank
It's
you.
wonderful. I pray that God will strengthen you.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
So, it has been our tradition on this DIYS podcast, the podcast show, that before we dive into to the topic of the day, we usually want our guests to give us, if not all, but in short form,
A brief.
of how you get here. the good time, the ugly,
Yep.
or the ugly, the bad, ugly, and good, and the best. So just like how you make it to this point. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you once again. Like I say, I give all gratitude to God because if it's not God, it cannot be any other person.
Yes.
Exactly.
So before I say anything, I always acknowledge God because He's the one that has made it possible all this while. Yeah. Life has been challenging. It's not been easy, but I had to put in the courage and the effort to get to where I am today.
Wow.
It's not easy. We know how it is back there, over there in Nigeria. Those that went through the process of the university, you know how it is. And most times, I come from this kind of family that your parents believe that if you don't read, then you cannot make it in life. You know, my parents they love education so much. But I thank God, at least here I am, be running my PhD, and a few years from now, I'm going to be get my doctorate degree.
Wow.
Which, if I sit back and think back, I never thought I would get to this point.
Never thought they'd call you a doctor.
But I thank God. I think it's just the key word is just being focused. Being focused. All my life, I have always been focused, and I always wanted to get to the top. Because most times, I remember back in those days, I sit down, I watch the television programs, I see when they interview people, doctors and all that. Some of them, when they read their biography, they start calling their profile.
Yeah.
I say, wow, one day I will get there.
Exactly.
And that is where I am today.
Wow.
So like I said, the key word is focused, because when you're focused in life, then you will definitely attain any height you want to attain. Because when you're focused, you won't allow anything to distract you. Yeah. You just face it and hit it. So that's why I dwell on that word, focus.
Good.
Thank you. I was carried away. Thank you for that brief introduction. Thank you very much. And I just hope that someone that is listening out there just took something from that little brief that you said. Being focused is a very simple word. It's a 5-letter word that is very simple, and a lot of people take it for granted. It's very easy to not be focused in this, especially in this society that we are in. There's a lot of distraction, and we, the youth, are the ones suffering from those distractions. So let's just jump into today's episode. This is episode 11, and our topic is what do you have to offer? That's our topic.
Yeah.
Now, in a society like this, where what's it called? Evolving plays a key role in our society right now.
Yeah.
What I learned 4 years ago is probably obsolete now.
Sure.
If I don't improve myself, if I don't teach myself, if I don't learn on a daily basis, that knowledge from 4 years ago might not be as active as it is.
Yeah, that's true.
As other knowledges are today.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that to ask it, that what do you understand when people say, what do you have to offer? What do you understand by that phrase? What do you have to offer?
Yeah. You see, when it comes to what you have to offer, I believe everybody has something to offer. It now depends on you, how you bring out that thing that is in you for others to see and recognize that this guy has something to offer. No man is an island. I normally say that to people. No matter down to the least person, because sometimes the least person you think that he has nothing to offer can become somebody tomorrow.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah. So that's why I say to people, everybody, you have what to offer. The only thing is activate that thing that is in you that will bring out that thing in you that everybody around will see and start acknowledging you. Because even most popular people we see today, both celebrities, those in politics, philanthropists and others, they did not just sit there and the thing came. There was something they did that pushed that thing in them to come out. So, like I said, I believe discovering yourself, knowing what is in you will help you bring out that thing that other people will see and get attracted to you.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. And as you were talking, and then I was thinking a scenario where if you have something to offer, people galvanize towards you. They want that thing. You understand? But when they come close, sometimes it doesn't last long. People share the way again. You understand? Maybe they thought, this person is rich, so let me go closer to him. Maybe
Yeah.
I can gain something. And then when they come to you, then they now find out that you are rude or you are something. So that's why I want to ask this question. That it's just a follow-up question with what he has. So if you have good thing to offer, can the other bad side, can it cover it up? You know, for example, some people want to eat something sweet. They won't go to bitter leaf. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They want to go to sugar cane. You understand? So if you have something good to offer, will your negative side too, can it block it? You know, can it
Can you wash it?
can it take it off from you? So if it's possible, so how do we separate what we have to offer in a good way from our attitude that's not so good?
Okay. Well, like I said, most people that are good, they have good qualities in them,
Yeah.
but sometimes they allow the negative things to overshadow them. Puts them on a platform where when people come towards them, come close to them, thinking this guy has something to offer. At the end of the day, they just see that no, it's not what they are thinking. That is not what they are seeing. So in the actual sense, I believe for any man or any woman out there that has something to offer, you have to, it has to be, you're going to be a role model to people. You understand?
Yeah.
For example, take a leader, for example. As a leader has so much duties to perform. Everybody is looking up to you as a leader. And as a leader, there are so many things positively you have to do to affect your followers. That is what will make them believe and trust in you and keep on believing in you. But in a situation whereby you're a leader and the negative part of you takes over the positive part of you, then people are not gaining anything from you. When people come close, the much they expect is not what they get. So it makes them deviate and turn their back. So I believe for you to have something to offer to people, you need to make your way straight. You need to be on the same platform. If you're being a role model, you must keep your track. You can't say you're a role model to people and tomorrow you're doing otherwise or saying things that is negative and people are saying they will use it against you. It's just like a father in the house. Father, you're supposed to be a role model to your children. But a situation whereby you, the father, you're beginning to misbehave, put up some nasty character, what do you expect your kids to learn from you? When you ask them, they will say, I learned it from my dad. But when they learn the good things from you, even you as a father, you will be proud. When they ask them, where did you learn this from? They'll be proud to say it. My dad taught me. I don't know if I've answered
exactly.
your question.
Yeah. Back to the question you just answered. So, is it a thing of being a role model is attached to what you are offering, or the people you are offering that thing to, they can easily for themselves take that part in which is important to them and then leave that negative part? Because let me use the entertainment word for example. The entertainers, for example, they would go out and they will live a certain lifestyle, but they also empower people around them. They also empower the youth. So when it comes to that negative thing and then the blogs take it and then spread it over, they always say this thing: I am not a role model. I'm using what my gift to empower, but I'm not a role model. There's a bunch of things you can learn from me.
Yeah.
But that little bad thing that I'm showing, you shouldn't focus on that. So I don't. Is it a thing of? Is it a thing of? You have to be a role model.
Role model.
Okay. I wouldn't say you have to be a role model because, like an example you gave now, it's the entertainment world. You see, to me, I see those in the entertainment, what they are doing, they are using their talent to make money for themselves. So when you stay and listen. Most people, they don't listen to music because they want to listen to music. Some people listen to music because of maybe the weddings, the vibes of the music.
The lyrics.
Some because of the beats. You know, they say, oh, this song, even when it's not making sense, but because of the beat, they feel the song is sensible. Now, when it comes to that aspect, you won't say a musician is a role model, or those in entertainment world, they are role models, because there are some kind of, will I say, characters that they put up, which most times when you ask questions, they will tell you their celebrities is their lifestyle. So we, as individuals watching, when you sit down to listen to a particular musician, something must attract you to love playing that music. It's either the beats or you like the lyrics, what the musician put down.
Yeah.
So it depends on the individual.
Yeah. So that means you are saying that we as individual can self-select
Of course.
the what's it called? The traits that we choose to pick.
No, let me.
Of course. Let me answer him. Yes. Because why I said yes, I'm not categorizing this only to our entertainers.
Yeah.
It's just general. Just even I still boil down back to a father. There are certain characters that a father will put down. It is not all those traits that your child will pick. That is it.
Yeah.
They will pick the ones they want to pick, and they feel that this is good. Some will tell you, I want to imitate my father. I want to just be like my dad. Some will tell you, but there are some things I would not like to pick from him. I'm okay with this. So it depends on individual. That's what I just say.
Let me jump into that from my angle that I'm saying it. I want to see all of us as a role model. Why? The reason why I say so is that now you use father. Let me use father as an example. If your father is a farmer, automatically you might not pick up to be a farmer when you get to, but you will know almost everything about farming. You can end up doing it. It will be easy for you. You understand? So that is, if you are giving out negative energy to people because you are very popular, and then you have negative side, and people see also you have something good you are doing. You understand? There are some people that will go with that negative area of yours. Yeah. So, but if you see yourself as a role model, you understand, it will help you. It will help you streamline. You understand that the only good thing will be, you will increase in the better thing, and then you will reduce the negative thing. Why most of us, we are just misbehaving? I think it's because we believe, okay, this is my word, okay, none of my business. Or you look at your age, I'm 21, and I think I can do as I like. But that's not true. 21 is leading. Okay, look at Whiskey. A lot of people get motivated because of Whiskey, or because of Davido, or because of other people. You know, your age doesn't matter. Yeah. What matters is what you are giving out. What is that quality that people galvanize towards you? Yeah. So now let me ask a question. There's a fellow that called me and asked that I should help him with job that is looking to work, but he said precisely in government office. Then I asked, why do you want to work in government office? Why precisely government office? He said, because the government have benefits. That there are benefit programs, like if you work to a certain year, they will give you entitlement. They will also give you what other
healthcare benefits.
Yes, there's healthcare. There's all sorts of things.
Benefits.
You understand? And you can go and study, and then they will pay. They will be paying for your study and all things like that. Then I said, okay, that shows that if you have much thing to offer, people galvanize towards you, or they want to stay with you. You understand, and work for you to the core. So now, if I'm to ask this question, so if you are to have three important things that you have, that will make people for you to get ahead. So, and before you can get ahead, the people have to come close. If you are only the one working for yourself, you cannot get anywhere. But if you employ many people and they willingly working, then you can move forward. So what would those things be? If you three qualities that you must have to forge ahead.
Well, I feel the number one thing that is very, very important to everybody is planning. You must set out a plan, because without planning, then you're not doing anything. After the planning comes in, the next is focus, because when you plan, you have focus, meaning you already have that plan already.
Yeah.
You won't allow anything to distract you. You just focus on that until you get to that particular thing. So even if it has to do with money or financial challenges, you know that you have the plan already. So all you're just waiting for, the capital comes in, you hit straight. So once the capital comes in, that thing that you are focused on, you pursue it. You go it. Nothing like
no distractions.
This distraction. Then the third thing is creativity. I tell people it's always good to be creative in respect of whom you are. You don't have to do this because you see Mr. A doing this or going into this business or he's into this particular thing. You decide, okay, let me also join. No. You have to create a different thing. Know what you love doing. You understand? Because that thing that you really love doing is what will enable you to be able to keep on track, whereby people will also see you and everybody will always want to come around, and you will have, that is where you will have things to offer to people, because it is your idea, it is your own creativity, it is not copy and paste. Because most times, so if you copy and paste, you might not be able to elaborate and explain properly what this thing is. But when it is your own creativity, you have the idea. And one thing I believe, whatever you have that you initiated on your own, it's your own innovation. You don't have another person that can duplicate it, because it is only you that have it. It's in you. Except you decide to
even
teach.
if they duplicate it, that means it's copyright.
It will not even be like exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Back to the answer you just gave to that question. Now, you said planning, focus, and creativity.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people in the world will argue with you that creativity is not... a lot of people will tell you that they are not creative, because a lot of people feel that creativity is something that comes... It's specially it's specially planted in us, like in certain individuals. There are a lot of people that will tell you that I'm not creative. So they already have that focus, they have that planning, but because of what they believe in themselves that they cannot be creative, how will that person move? Like, is there any other factor that can be placed in what's it called, to replace creativity?
Okay, thank you very much. You see, I believe that everybody has that idea of being creative. The problem with most people that falls in that category of they don't know how to create or what to do is because they don't read.
They don't read.
They don't read, yes. Because one thing I believe, we Africans, mostly Africans in Malaysia, if you check 100% of Africans in Malaysia, I can tell you 95% does not read. Yes, this is what I have observed. They don't read. Because when I mean reading, it's not bringing back your assignment from school.
Yeah.
No. The reading is different. As in, reading helps you to create some certain ideas.
Different ideas of people in the past.
Yes, keeps you busy. Because sometimes you might read some motivational books. From there, An idea just struck into your head.
Yeah.
So the idea of reading, everybody needs to bring it. It has to be inculcated in them. Even if it's just 1 hour a day. If you finish a chapter a day, it's something. Depending on the kind of books you're reading. So many people, they see, in fact, most people see reading as a very difficult task.
But how does planning, focus, and creativity bring people to you? Bring more people? What would they gain from that? Because I believe that should be your personal thing, but it's not what you offer to people.
Yeah. For example, let me take myself for example. People love coming around me. They don't come because they just want to come. Some come because they want to get something. They have a particular problem. They believe that if they share with me, I will give them a solution to that problem. Some believe I have an idea, something I'm going to tell them, and everything will be okay for them. Some beliefs, like I've heard some people tell me that I'm a good planner. Some ask me, how do I get to do some things happen, and they begin to ask me how. I just smile because of planning. And when I begin to look at it, I see that those qualities that is around is what attracts people to you. So when they come to you, that is where you now have to let them understand the most important thing, that you must plan as an individual. You must be focused and you must be creative. These three things, they go in line. Because as long as you have those three things, I don't think you are going to face any issues or problems. Because one thing I believe, a man that does not plan, then I don't know where the person is heading
Exactly.
to.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Let's go to the next question. Yesterday, Sir Patrick was watching one video, and he asked me, "Have you seen it?" I said, "Yes. I saw the video a while ago, and that video struck something in me. Like that video is the story of a lot of Africans in the world today. Now, I'm pretty sure you might have seen the video somewhere. So there were two people. They were digging. Now, the one on the left was digging, and then he found a diamond, big amount of diamond, and he took it and he left. He was really happy. So the other guy that was digging, he was almost close to digging to where his treasure is. He was almost there. Like if he had hit it one more time, a lot of treasure, even more than the guy that left. So he left that one stroke that he was about to make, and then he went over to
The other
guy's side to go and see, maybe if I do the same thing as that guy, I might progress or see a little bit,
results,
not knowing that
he was close. Now
that's the story of a lot of people in this world.
Yeah.
It's not that they started late or they discovered what's inside them late. It's just that the peer pressure or just not knowing the direction to take is being a problem. Now I'm saying that to say, is it too late to start?
No, it's not too late to start. Whenever it's your morning, that is when it's your morning. So when it comes to age, your morning can be when you're at age 40. Your morning can be earlier enough at your early 20s, your 30s, your 40s. But having the mindset that you're close to 40, 50, and you discover something, you start thinking, oh, it's not late. It's not. Because for those that discovered their own talent and used it wisely when they were in their 20s, and you discovered yours in your 40s, as long as you've discovered and you're focused, you will still be on the same page with them. It's just a matter of time. Yes,
so
just time.
Age doesn't play any factor at all.
No. Age does
even
not.
Depending on the field in which you are about to embark on.
When you talk about the field, it now depends. Like, if there's, for example, if you want to go into a business, as long as you're not working for the government or for an individual, whatever thing you want to do for yourself, anytime you discover that thing and you want to push, it has nothing to do with all that.
Okay.
It is only when it has to do with government or you want to work, maybe you want to use your CV to work, then you
Work.
can start
Want to start at
considering
95.
Yeah, age.
your age. Yeah.
Wow.
So it doesn't play a factor when you are trying to be an entrepreneur. It only plays a factor when you are trying to start a life as working in 95.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Okay. There's a question I want to ask, and it has been running inside since last week. Yes, since last week. And this question is that I noticed that if boxers, all those people fighting boxing, I was discussing with you about them.
Yeah.
Because after their tenure, maybe age,
After their glory days.
after their glory days, you just
Fuse out.
you will don't hear them again. They are gone. And again, presidents or people in government or people in some areas, after their tenure, you will not hear them again. So it's now like, when they are in that position, people were galvanizing, coming close. This person. And before you know, when they are not there, you notice that people doesn't come close. You see their house very empty. So, do we need to evolve, like expand, learn new things? Okay, for example, despite of all your companies, you are made already, yet you are still doing your PhD. Someone can just say, no, I can do away with that. But you're still doing your PhD. That is, there's something more you want to learn.
Yeah.
So do we need that to stay relevant?
Yes, everybody needs to stay relevant. It's very important. And it still boils down to individual. Like there are some people, they are top businessmen. They didn't go to school, but they are comfortable. They don't even want to think about forging ahead.
Yeah.
But to me, I feel they just feel within that area they are comfortable. They are not thinking outside the brackets. Because as an entrepreneur, if you're thinking outside the brackets, definitely you should know that there is competition. And for you to fit in that competition, you think outside the box.
You have to keep learning.
Yes, that is just it. So anything you know that you're going to do that will help you to grow your business, you focus on it and keep doing it. Working towards it, yeah.
So we need to really learn new things.
Yes.
Because if you did not, and you are giving one thing, and then people get tired of it.
It will be obsolete at some point.
Yeah, definitely. People will they will get tired of it's still the same thing.
Especially when the world
different.
is evolving and different people are coming up with different type of ideas.
Exactly.
So when your idea will seem old at some point, and
Of
then
course.
they'll just
It will
go to
phase
the
out.
next person that has something new and
Something
shiny
new.
to offer.
Yeah.
And then that one gets old too. So it's a trend that keeps going. And
So,
we see it around us every day.
Our listenership or viewership, we just heard it now that we know, because some people will just say, I have an idea already. I know something. I have something to offer already, and I'm heading on to it. So you can as well learn more about that thing.
Yeah.
Or so for you to be able to expand your coast, so to stay relevant. Because if you just reduce yourself to what you know when you're in primary one.
How?
I'm just saying primary one. Maybe let me say your stage one, and then primary 6 has come. Primary GSS 3, SS1, SS2. All those things, as it will wipe them off.
Yeah.
And then you will think you are still relevant, but you now notice that new breeds are coming up. So just try to stay relevant by learning,
Keep learning.
expanding what you know.
Like our guest said, books are important, not just for not just for the knowledge that are in the books, but books give you this kind of, they give you a certain type of confidence,
No,
a certain type, a
apart
certain
from
type of
covenant,
courage.
the knowledge.
Yeah, of
Knowledge,
course. No,
I remember when most things changed about me is when I started reading. It was when I started reading,
no,
and
of course, apart, of course.
someone's idea. It's very long story.
Yeah.
I mean, very like. I think the book was written in 1980 something. So, but
Yeah. It inspired you.
it inspires me with the way
And not just reading, because people say knowledge is power.
Yeah.
But to me, applied knowledge is what is
It's-
power.
yeah.
power. Yeah,
You cannot just have the knowledge and you don't apply
don't
it.
apply
Yeah.
it.
It's just it's lying there wasting. But when you apply it, then you see that something meaningful is coming out of it.
And I'm not just saying, like, knowledge is the most important part of reading.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm
Exactly.
not washing that. That's not what I'm saying.
Mm.
What I'm saying is that apart from the knowledge, which is the first thing you get from reading, there are a lot of other things that come from reading too.
Yeah.
You see a lot of people go to interviews. They might have the most intelligent mindset, but they are not able to articulate themselves.
That's true.
Now that's what reading helps you do.
Yeah.
Reading,
Yeah.
if you keep on reading, you'll be able to articulate yourself to an extent that you build up a courage background.
Confidence.
A confidence. When you walk into a room, people will know that you walked into that room. So apart from the knowledge you get from reading, there are other things that come from it. So let's try and read. Like he said, even if it's one chapter a day, just try. It's hard. Reading is hard. I'll tell you.
It's the most difficult thing.
Yeah. But once the amazing part of reading is that once that book gets once you get the attention, once that book grabs
Get
your attention,
yeah.
It's over.
It's over.
You
it's
just
over. It
continue.
becomes a part of
Let me
you.
see the
It will
next
be a
one.
Yeah.
habit.
It becomes a part of you. Now, to our next question. It's a young people's world now,
Yeah.
because like we're seeing innovations. The Sapa, you heard about the Dubai guy, the 27-year-old guy that was assigned as the ICT something. That he's creating a project that is going to be applied 100 years from now.
Wow. No, I've not read that.
So they've signed the agreement. They want to create an inhabitation in Mars in 100 years from now. That is, Dubai people want to be living in Mars, as they want to start building houses there. There. So they've already signed the thing. They've assigned somebody. The person they assigned there is 27 years old. He's the one. He will probably be dead by then, but they've already given him that contract that,
Yeah.
okay,
Be doing it.
let's work towards it. In 100 years from now, let's see if we can live in Mars and have houses there. Now, I'm saying this to say that the new generation, should they stand in line for old opportunities, or do they have the power to create a path for themselves?
New inventions.
New
New
inventions for
inventions.
themselves
Or they should just stay in line
for old
the old ones.
opportunities.
Well, to me, you don't have to stay for old opportunities, though, because how long are you going to stay? You might stay and it won't come. You might stay, it will come when you're older in age. So I believe, as a man, now that most young people are going into innovations, is the best time for everybody. All hands should be on deck and also go in the same line and bring in something meaningful. Take, for example, I belong to an organization here in Malaysia, Anointed Force, which Sapat, you know about it.
Yeah.
Because he is the first chairman of that organization before he left. But you see, today, what it was 5 years ago is not what it is now.
No.
We're talking about going into incorporation, turning it into an entity, which we're almost there. This is an idea that was not there 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
I don't know if you get what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
But now you see everybody has come together thinking alike. The idea came up. Everybody buyed the idea. And everybody is happy working towards it. And now you see new members, they're trying to come in. And when you ask them sometimes, why do you want to join? They will tell you they see this organization different from every other kind of meeting in Malaysia because they feel that somebody said we have a focus and he sees that we are going somewhere. Unlike some other meetings, they just start up and end everything here. But we are a group of young men that came in Malaysia, formed this thing, and now we are thinking outside the bracket, taking it to the next level. Which one of the founding fathers of that group told us then that we should write the vision down, we should plan it. If a group of people can come to bring Tesco to Malaysia here, Giants, some companies that's their group, then we can also come together and bring a very strong innovation in Nigeria. Because anything we are doing here ends back home. We are not from this place.
Yeah.
One day everybody will leave.
Of course.
You see? So that is what we have been working towards, which we are almost achieving gradually.
Wow. So you
That's
like
great.
your question, I think, is amazing because we need to invent new things for yourself. Because if you are waiting, some people now they are waiting to be. Okay, I heard a story that there's a man in Nigeria, he's a politician, but he did not have certificate. So they said, really, it's supposed to be his turn. You understand? He has waited. People have been in that position. Now is his turn, and they now told him, "It's your turn, but you don't have certificate. Sorry, we have to move to another place." He said, "No, I have to call my brother." And he called his brother from wherever overseas.
Yeah.
So, and then his brother come and stay in that position. There are some brothers, they saw their senior brothers doing politicians, so they are waiting that if there's
Let him come to power.
I was about, as you were giving the analogy, I was waiting for where you wanted to land.
so that will you might end up waiting, and then at the
For
end you
eternity.
just see the brother dead or something.
You turn to an old head.
Yeah, so see, you need to start thinking of new innovation from your hand.
Yeah.
Think something. He was talking about an added force, and now they were thinking something new, different
something
that someone
different.
have not thought before. There's a man that was talking to us. I thought maybe you remember, Mr. Pastor
Prosper.
Yeah, he said we need to start a mechanic shop in this country. People were like, mechanic. How do you want to do it? People want to go to Chinese to do mechanic.
Yeah.
You understand? That's what they were saying. As assuming he was able to get people that believe that just start it. Forget
Yeah.
about what people will
Think
think.
or say.
That it doesn't make sense. Don't worry if they kept saying it. The day they will not have enough money to go to China, they will come.
They'll come.
Of
And when
course.
they come and you give them quality
Good
service, they will
They'll come
start
back.
coming.
That's
Then-
it.
so
That's the vision that we lack.
exactly. So we should try to start new things. So I want to appreciate our boss.
Thank you. Thank you for being
Thank
here,
you, sir.
Thank you so much too.
You are so special because
Thank you.
what we talked about today it's solo, but very powerful.
Yeah.
Many people we know that you must have something, but they just you like you said, subconscious is there.
It's
But we are not
but
taking.
Nobody's tapping
Yes,
into it.
everybody
into it.
wants something from another person.
Yeah.
No, you should have something to offer.
Have yours.
So, if you are going to a rich man's house and you just get there, sir, I need
Money.
this. You come today, I need this.
this,
He
come
give you.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow you come, you give. There's no day you just say, boss, can I wash your car? Wash my car? Why? I just want to wash. Okay, you wash. You will not ask money before he give you something.
Yeah.
You understand? What I'm saying here is have something to offer.
Yeah, that's a little
Instead
thing.
of you asking all over the
yeah.
place.
Yep.
So, sir, we want you to give a close remark about everything. Just sum it up and advise our listeners.
Yep.
Well, like we have been talking today about what we have to offer. I believe our listeners out there and our viewers, from what we have been discussing here, they should be able to have picked out some vital points, which I made mention of: planning, focus, and creativity. And it's also good you believe in yourself. Don't see yourself as a failure or as a loser. Because the moment you start seeing yourself, that mind start telling you you cannot, you're a loser, then that confidence is not there. And the worst confidence that you can lose is when your own self you don't have confidence in, and you're doubting yourself. Then nothing is working for the person, and that is how it's going to be all the rest of the life of that person. So what am I trying to say? It's good for every individual to have self-confidence. Self-confidence. Even when you don't have the capital to start up a business, you don't have to be discouraged. Have that self-confidence and don't allow what is in you to die. Because some people will feel that, oh, I have this idea, but there is no money to start up. Let me just leave it. It dies there just like that.
Wow.
You don't have to, because somehow somebody can walk up to you, you share your idea, and he's ready to finance.
Yeah.
Now he is bringing the money. You are bringing what you have.
The idea.
You see how it's working together.
It will work.
So please, I urge everybody, let us all try and be focused, creative, and be good planners. Starting from those that have not been planning, starting from now, I believe when you watch this program,
it's not too late.
It's not too late.
It's not too late.
Start planning. And also, I encourage us to read. It's good to read books. Read books, because it will help you build your skills, your knowledge.
Thank you, sir.
Motivational books.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We bless you. Wow. You just bless us with a wonderful close remark.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. We want to appreciate you all for listening and viewing this episode, for your support. So we hope we have been able to answer some of your questions. And then if there's still something you want to ask, you can put it down in the comment section.
Yep.
And then we'll follow it up.
Yeah.
If there's any comment, if there's any suggestion and everything, so you can follow it up on the comment section. So we would like to appreciate Mr. AWELE Mike Ezeamaka for taking our time
Thank you very
to
much.
be with us today.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
If you want to reach out to Mr. AWELE, you can reach him through his Instagram handle. So it at dd_Dorel1. So it's private, because what is there?
Don't worry, it will accept you guys.
Yes, when you follow, it will accept you. Then you will be able to see the package there.
Yeah.
So at dd_Dorel1. So dd_Dorel is DOREL
Number
1. So this is the DIYS podcast.
Yep.
The Do It Yourself podcast.
Yes.
And I used to say no one will do it for you. That's why we are trying to preach this
The gospel of doing it yourself.
Doing it yourself.
Yep.
Because if you do it yourself, you have the best version of it. So
And you have all the advantage.
exactly. So we want to thank you once again for listening and viewing this episode. Hope to catch you
Sapat. Sapat.
next time.
Peace.